So friends, so now my today's topic is normal and abnormal sites of implantation. So first of all that I'm going to discuss here about the normal site of implantation. Then you will understand the abnormal sites of implantation. So first of all that this is a uterus, and here this is ovary, fallopian tube, and this is the upper part of uterus. From here to this upper part of uterus, and this is the lower part of uterus. And you also know that by the seventh day or the sixth day of the intrauterine life, that this blastocyst first attached to the uterine columnar epithelium attach and starts to do penetration, so that it completely reaches, or each whole thickness is within the endometrial implantation, and the endometrial stroma, and this is known as implantation. And also if you see that this blastocyst attached to the uterine columnar epithelium to begin implantation of the upper part of uterus. So therefore that in this upper part of uterus that this whole implantation occurs. And this is the normal site. So therefore, and also that is, and with respect to this mid-sagittal plane also. So therefore I have written that the normal site of implantation is the upper part of uterus, that this is the upper part of uterus, and in this upper part of uterus that is normal site of implantation occurs, and in this mid-sagittal plane. And also that is for further information that this can be in the anterior wall or in the posterior wall. Now today in this video you will understand the importance of zona pellucida. Now so friends, as you know that, so here that in the ampulla, that is the ovum is fertilized, and then it undergoes cleavage process to become morula, and when this morula reaches, so here basically uterus, then it becomes blastocyst. So here that is from the formation of fertilized ovum to morula, so here cleavage process is done. And here that you also know that this cleavage process occurs within the zona pellucida. And also that in the previous lecture mentioned you that just before implantation or at a time of implantation, so a hatching of blastocyst occurs, that means a disappearance of zona pellucida, and it disappears by the 6th day after fertilization. So therefore, so you have understood that during this, so here basically cleavage process, so here cleavage process of a fertilized ovum for the formation of blastocyst, that is zona pellucida, you can see here is present, and just before implantation that it disappears. So now the main function of zona pellucida is that is to prevent the attachment of this, so here a fertilized ovum in the fallopian tube, and also basically and in this ovary. So since it prevents the attachment of this fertilized ovum that in this fallopian tube, so therefore that it prevents abnormal implantation, and this is the most important function of the zona pellucida. And also that is by the beginning of, so here implantation, normal implantation, or when the blastocyst is just about to attach to the upper columnar uterine epithelium, that this hatching of zona pellucida occurs. So therefore before and after, and when this hatching of zona pellucida occurs, then this normal, so here implantation occurs. So therefore the main function of blastocyst is to do the normal implantation and to prevent abnormal sites of implantation. That is I will see. So here normal implantation done due to the presence of zona pellucida, and this zona pellucida prevents abnormal implantation. Abnormal implantation did this. So now I am going to discuss. So here that's all about the normal site of implantation. Now I am going to discuss here about the abnormal site of implantation. So before abnormal site of implantation, that as you have understood, there is a normal site of implantation occurs in this upper part of uterus, and other than this all the that is implantation occurring, these are considered as abnormal. So first of all, that if you can see in this diagram that this is the, so now extra uterine, that means outside the uterus. So first of all, I will discuss about outside the uterus condition. So here first of all, as you can see here, that this is a fallopian tube. Now here that, and you can see here that in the epithelium of fallopian tube, that is fertilized ovum that is attached. So therefore, and so these are known as extrauterine or basically tubal implantation. So basically that this fertilized ovum can be attached into the ampulla or into the isthmus or into this interstitium of interstitial fallopian tube or the interstitial part of fallopian tube. So therefore that you can see that in fallopian tube, that is implantation or attachment of a fertilized ovum to the epithelium can occur at ampulla, isthmus, and so here interstitial fallopian tube. And that person have written that when the abnormal implantation occurs in the fallopian tube, and the various parts are, so first number 2, that is the ampulla, and the number 3 that is the isthmus, and number 4 is the interstitium or the interstitial fallopian tube. That's all about the tubal implantation. And now about the abdominal implantation. So abdominal implantation, that you can simply see that it occurs in the abdomen, basically that this part, sixth part. So here this is the abdomen, and when in this abdomen, so here implantation occurs, this is known as, so here abdominal implantation, but it has two types, primary and secondary. So now, so therefore there is abdominal implantation, primary abdominal implantation, and secondary abdominal implantation. So first, primary abdominal implantation. So here basically when the ovum attaches the mesentery of abdomen since beginning, so this is normal. But the secondary type is very interesting. So before understanding that, first see this diagram. So first of all, that initially that this ovum implanted into fallopian tube. So this is the abdomen, this is the fallopian tube. So here that till that it is tubal implantation, but due to some problem that this, so here fallopian tube undergoes rupture, and due to that rupture, so here basically gap is made in the fallopian tube, and as a result that this fertilized ovum that is goes into the abdomen and attaches the mesentery of abdomen, and therefore and then this secondary abdominal implantation occurs. So therefore I have written that the ovum reaches the abdomen, so here reaches the abdomen due to ruptured fallopian tube, and then it is attached to mesentery. That's all about the secondary abdominal implantation. And now about the, so here basically ovarian implantation. So here simply that when both fertilization and implantation take place in the ovary, and here it is a number 1 diagram with, so here and this is the, so here basically ovarian implantation. And also if you see, so here if implantation occurs in the lower part of uterus, then also it is considered abnormal, because normally it occurs in the upper part of uterus. So therefore fifth diagram, so you can see here uterine or uterine implantation when the implantation takes place in the lower part of uterus, so therefore uterine implantation basically number 5. That's all about the, so here normal, so here normal and abnormal sites of implantation. So and the most common is the tubal implantation, and this leads to ectopic pregnancy. So that's all. Thank you.